Have you ever felt like an afterthought? Like you're on the sidelines in your own life or relationships? If you've ever felt that way, know that you're not alone. It's a feeling many of us grapple with at some point, but it doesn't have to be your reality. You can change your narrative, rewrite your script, and become an irreplaceable character in your own life and the lives of those around you. And the best part is, you can do this without losing your core identity. Instead, you can enhance it and let it shine even brighter. You see, the key is in embracing our uniqueness and realizing that the world needs our unique contribution. One of the ways to do this is to master the art of mystery. Now, mystery here doesn't mean being secretive or deceptive. Instead, it's about gradual self-revelation. It's about not giving away too much of yourself at once, but allowing others to discover your depths slowly, and in doing so, maintaining interest. Remember, you are not a book to be read in one sitting, but a series to be savored, one chapter at a time. You have layers that need to be unfolded with time, giving your relationships the chance to grow and evolve organically instead of rushing through them. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The color of the soul is dyed by the thoughts." Think about that for a moment. Your thoughts are the paints with which you color your life. If you constantly think of yourself as an afterthought, you become one. But if you perceive yourself as a complex, fascinating individual worthy of discovery, that's who you'll become. In other words, your self-perception shapes your reality. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, further emphasized this when he said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." Your life is not about how many days you live, but how much life you put into those days. And the life you put in is directly related to how much value you see in yourself. So, how do you begin to see your value? How do you show this value to others? That's where showing your inherent value and rarity comes into play. You are a rare gem, one of a kind, and you should never forget that. Your experiences, your strengths, your dreams, your aspirations, they are all uniquely yours, and that's what makes you invaluable. This unique set of characteristics and experiences is what sets you apart from everyone else. You are not a carbon copy of someone else, but an original masterpiece. So why would you want to dilute your authenticity by trying to fit into someone else's mold? Instead, embrace your uniqueness and let it shine. Another Stoic teaching that can guide us on this journey of self-value is focusing on our strengths and valuing our own time. Your time is a non-renewable resource, a precious asset that once spent can never be regained. So, if you decide to spend your time with someone, make sure they are worth it. Your time reflects your value. When you spend it wisely, you show others that your time, like yourself, is rare and valuable. So, value your time, value your presence, and make sure others do too. Because when you respect your time, others will begin to respect it too. So, let today be the day you step off the sidelines and take center stage in your life. Be the lead character, the hero of your own life, and let others marvel at your journey. Remember, it's not about changing who you are but enhancing and embracing your unique self. Because you are worth discovering, you are worth the time, and most importantly, you deserve to be more than just an afterthought in someone else's life. Living a life that commands respect and attention from others is a journey, and just like any journey, it involves a series of steps, each building on the last. We've spoken about the art of mystery and showing your value, but let's delve deeper into this journey. The next part of the journey is about creating your own happiness. Now, this might seem self-evident, but many of us have a skewed perception of what happiness really is. We often tie our happiness to external factors. Maybe it's a promotion at work, or a new relationship, or even the simple praises from others. However, letting your happiness hinge on these external factors makes it volatile, unstable, and unreliable. Your happiness should not be a variable that changes based on circumstances, but a constant that stays steady despite them. The Stoic philosophers again provide us with a profound insight. According to Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, happiness comes from within. It's something we create, not something we find. It's about being content with who you are and where you are right now. It's about embracing your journey with all its ups and downs. This does not mean we should stop striving for better. Rather, it simply means that we shouldn't let the pursuit of better rob us of the joy of now. It's about finding the balance between aspiration and contentment. Because in that balance, in that steady contentment with the present and hopeful ambition for the future, lies genuine happiness. Finding this balance and creating your own happiness makes you an irresistible force. A person who can maintain their joy and positivity, despite the trials and tribulations of life, is a person others naturally gravitate towards. You become a beacon of light that cuts through the darkness, a source of comfort and inspiration for those around you. The next part of this journey is to become someone that others invest in. You see, relationships are not a one-way street. In order for them to be healthy and satisfying, they should be mutually beneficial. This doesn't mean keeping a scorecard, but rather ensuring that both parties are exerting effort and energy into maintaining and nurturing the relationship. We often forget our own worth and start to lower our standards, especially when we're desperate for connection or validation. We sometimes miss the crucial aspect of letting others invest effort to connect with us. Stoic teachings lay emphasis on the importance of self-worth and mutual investment in relationships. They teach us that we are valuable and deserve to be treated as such. In life, we often get treated based on how we allow others to treat us. If we don't value ourselves, why should anyone else? If we don't make ourselves a priority, why should anyone else? If we don't invest in ourselves, why should anyone else? This transformation is not about becoming someone you're not. Instead, it's about becoming the best version of who you are. By prioritizing yourself, by creating your own happiness, by showing your rare and unique value, you become someone who not only attracts others but also someone who inspires them. But remember, this journey isn't about pleasing others or seeking validation. It's not about becoming someone you're not just to fit in. It's about living your own life, defining your own values, and staying true to them. It's about embracing your authenticity, your individuality, and your uniqueness. True happiness and contentment come from living a life that aligns with your values, not someone else's. So, live your life, not the life others expect from you. Walk your path, not the path others have laid out for you. Remember, you are the author of your life. Only you get to decide how your stories unfold. So, make your choices, live your life, and create your own narrative. After all, this life is yours to live, and you have every right to live it on your terms. In this chaotic dance of life, where we are all trying to find our rhythm, do remember that you are the one who sets the tempo. You define your pace, your steps, your moves. And this dance is not just about moving to the rhythm, but also about taking care of yourself, about knowing when to rest and when to leap, when to follow and when to lead. This brings us to the next crucial part of our journey, prioritizing your own needs. Let's be candid. Often, we are conditioned to put others before ourselves. While it is noble and important to consider others, it's equally crucial that we don't lose ourselves in the process. Taking care of your own needs is not selfish, it's essential. For how can you pour from an empty cup? How can you give love, care, and attention to others when you haven't given it to yourself first? Stoic philosophers have left us with a powerful message regarding this. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own actions and reactions. We have control over how we respond to situations, how we treat ourselves, and how we let others treat us. It emphasizes the importance of self-care and self-respect. It advocates for understanding that your needs matter and that you deserve to be taken care of, not just by others but also by yourself. In the grand theater of life, where we all play our parts, it's crucial to remember that your role is not just about performing for the audience. It's also about listening to your own voice, about taking a bow when you've done well, and about taking a break when you need to. It's about understanding that you are not merely a character in your life's play. You're the scriptwriter, the director, and the lead actor. Which leads us to the next rule, valuing your own time and presence. Time is one of the most precious commodities we have. It's the one thing we can never get back once it's gone. And how we spend it speaks volumes about what we value. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of mindful time management. It encourages us to value our time and use it wisely. It advises us to not squander it on trivial matters or in the pursuit of fleeting pleasures, but to invest it in meaningful activities and relationships. Your time is a testament to your life. Each second is a building block of your existence. It's a piece of the puzzle that makes up who you are. And by valuing your time, you are in essence valuing yourself. You're stating, with clarity and conviction, that your existence matters, that your life has meaning, and that you are worthy of respect and attention. Just like in life, in relationships, it's vital to establish a balance in communication. It's not about always being the one to start the conversation, nor is it about always waiting for the other party to do so. It's about striking a balance, about understanding that communication is a two-way street and requires effort from both ends. Stoic philosophers, in their wisdom, have highlighted the importance of balanced communication. They stress the significance of adaptability and equal contribution in relationships. Stoicism teaches us to maintain our equilibrium, to not give more than we receive, but also to not take more than we give. It nudges us to create a harmonious flow of communication that respects both parties' time, energy, and contributions. In carrying the weight of emotions, we often tumble and fall. We sometimes allow our feelings to engulf us, losing our balance and swept away by the torrent of our emotions. But remember, while it's essential to feel, it's equally important to maintain emotional balance. Stoic philosophy encourages us to rein in our emotions, to not rush headlong into deep emotional attachments without first understanding what they mean and what they entail. It focuses on the importance of emotional restraint and rational thinking. It teaches us that while it's okay to be swept away by our feelings, we must also learn to swim against the tide, to keep our heads above the water, to maintain our balance amidst the emotional waves that may crash against us. In life, everything has its time and place, including walking away. Recognize that not every situation or relationship is meant for you. Sometimes, the best thing you can do for yourself is to leave. This is not a sign of weakness, but an act of strength. It takes courage to walk away from a situation that no longer serves you, respects you, or values you. Stoic philosophers saw the importance of self-respect, freedom of choice, and personal responsibility. They knew that just as we have the power to choose to stay, we also have the power to choose to leave. They understood that it's better to be alone than in bad company, that it's better to walk away than stay and lose yourself. You have the power to decide your worth. You have the power to affirm your value. You are not just a spectator in your life, you are the main character. You are not just a pawn on the chessboard, you are the queen. You are not just a star in the sky, you are the sun. And just like the sun, you have the power to brighten your world, to radiate warmth, to rise above the horizon, and to set your own course. In the grand scheme of life, where we are the architects of our own existence, it's essential to remember that you are not just building your life for others, but for yourself as well. And a critical part of this process is acknowledging and validating your own worth. This leads us to the concept of becoming valuable and allowing others to invest in you. In interactions with others, it's important to show your value, to let them see that you are not just another face in the crowd, but a unique individual with unique qualities and attributes. You are one of a kind, and you should let people see and acknowledge that. Show them that you're not just worth being with, but that you're worth investing in, worth putting time and effort into. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us about self-worth and mutual investment in relationships, highlights the importance of understanding and asserting your value. It emphasizes the need for reciprocity in relationships, for mutual respect and effort. It teaches us to not just accept anything less than we deserve, but to demand what we are worth. In the tapestry of life, where each of us is a unique thread, it's important to remember that you don't just add color to the design, but you are a vital part of the pattern. And in this pattern, it's crucial that you weave your own narrative, live your own life. There is a certain allure to being independent, to carving out your own path and setting your own rules. It's about not being bound by societal norms or expectations and choosing to live life on your terms. It's about finding and nurturing your own happiness, finding your own rhythm, and living a life that reflects you. Stoic philosophy supports this idea of personal independence and fulfillment. It encourages us to be self-content and focus on our self-defined values. The Stoics believe that we only have control over our own actions and reactions, and by focusing on this, we can create a life that is uniquely ours, a life that reflects our values, our goals, our dreams. In the vast landscape of our lives, where we are the painters of our own masterpiece, it's crucial to remember that you are not just a spectator but the artist. You have the power to choose the colors, the strokes, the nuances. You have the power to paint your own happiness. This brings us to the concept of creating your own happiness. Happiness, as we've been told, lies within us. It's not something that we can find in others or in material possessions. It's something that we create, something that we nurture. It's a state of mind, a choice that we make every day. The Stoics, with their wisdom and insight, knew this. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, some of the most influential Stoic philosophers, have all emphasized the importance of internal happiness and contentment. They taught us that happiness is not dependent on external factors, but on our own perception and reaction to our circumstances. They urged us to seek happiness within ourselves, to create it, to nurture it. In the symphony of life, where each of us plays our own melody, it's crucial to remember that you are not just a note, but the entire composition. You have the power to create harmony, to dictate the rhythm, to conduct the orchestra. This leads us to the concept of maintaining emotional balance. Emotional balance is about not letting your emotions control you, but learning to control them. It's about understanding your feelings, acknowledging them, but not letting them overwhelm you. It's about maintaining your equilibrium, your sanity, amidst the chaos of life. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of emotional balance. It teaches us to exercise restraint and rational thinking in dealing with our emotions. It urges us not to rush into deep emotional attachments, but to understand them, to analyze them, to question them. It teaches us that while it's okay to feel, it's equally important to think, to reason, to reflect. In the journey of life, where each of us is a traveler, it's crucial to remember that you are not just a passenger, but the driver. You have the power to choose your route, to decide your destination. And with this power comes the ability and the courage to walk away from situations or relationships that do not respect or value you. The Stoic philosophers knew the importance of self-respect, freedom of choice, and personal responsibility. They understood that it's better to be alone than in bad company, that it's better to walk away than stay and lose yourself. They taught us that we have the power to choose, to decide our worth, to affirm our value. So, in this majestic opera of life, where each of us has a unique song to sing, remember that you are not just a voice, but the entire chorus. You possess the power to set the scale, to compose the verses, to dictate the rhythm. And with this power comes the responsibility and the privilege to affirm your worth, to validate your existence, and to claim your space in this vast universe. In this grand orchestra of existence, it's essential to remember that you own the symphony you're conducting. As the conductor, one of the most vital aspects to master is the art of prioritizing your own needs. The core of this lies in understanding that self-care and self-respect are not about being self-centered or selfish. It's about acknowledging your worth and understanding that in order to give to others, you first need to give to yourself. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most respected Stoic philosophers, once said, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees." This statement underlines our need to take care of ourselves first, for in doing so, we make sure we are in our best form to contribute positively to the world around us. And part of this self-care and self-respect is to prioritize our own needs, to make sure we are well-nourished, well-rested, and well-loved, not by others, but by our own selves. In the grand tapestry of life, where we are the weavers of our own destiny, it's important to understand the significance of time and presence. Think of your time and presence as rare jewels. These are things that cannot be bought, replicated, or replaced. Once spent, they are forever lost. The value of your time and presence, therefore, is more precious than any material wealth. This brings us to the Stoic principle of valuing our time and presence. Stoicism teaches that the present moment is all we truly have, and thus we should treat it with utmost reverence. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." We need to live in the present, value our time, and use it wisely, pursuing our passions, nurturing our relationships, and developing ourselves. We should avoid squandering our time and presence on trivial pursuits and invest them wisely in meaningful endeavors. In the ebb and flow of communication, where each word, each gesture, and each silence is a ripple creating an impact, it's essential to remember that balance is the key. Communication is like a dance. If one person is leading all the time, it becomes a monologue and not a dialogue. If one person is always initiating, it can lead to imbalance and discontent. This brings us to the Stoic principle of balance in relationships. Stoicism teaches us the art of adaptability, the art of giving and taking. It encourages equal contribution in relationships. Epictetus, another influential Stoic philosopher, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This quote embodies the importance of balanced communication, where listening is as important, if not more, than speaking. It's about being present, being mindful, and being receptive to the other person's words, emotions, and needs. In this vast ocean of emotions, where every wave, every tide, and every current is a part of us, the ability to maintain emotional balance becomes paramount. Emotions are like a double-edged sword. They can either empower or overpower us. Therefore, it's vital to understand them, acknowledge them, but not let them control us. Stoic philosophy helps us navigate this complex terrain of emotions. It teaches us the value of emotional restraint and rational thinking. It encourages us to not rush into deep emotional attachments, but to understand them, analyze them, and manage them. The Stoics believed that while we cannot control the external events, we do have control over our internal state, our reactions, our emotions. They taught us to exercise control over our emotions, to maintain emotional balance, thus leading to inner peace and tranquility. In this journey that we call life, where the path we tread is shaped by our choices, we must remember to have the courage to walk away from situations or relationships that do not respect or value us. It's about understanding that self-respect is about not settling for less than we deserve. It's about choosing to be in situations and with people who acknowledge and appreciate our worth. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-respect, freedom of choice, and personal responsibility, provides invaluable guidance in this aspect. It teaches us that we have the power to choose our environment, our company, and our path. It encourages us to exercise this power to choose what is best for us, to choose respect, love, and dignity. So, as we navigate through this intricate maze of life, it's essential to remember that you are the one holding the compass. You have the unique ability to chart your own course, to draw your own boundaries, to define your own value. And with this comes the understanding and affirmation of your self-worth, the realization that you are indeed the masterpiece of your own life. From this powerful standpoint, it becomes clear that it's not just about being a masterpiece, it's about allowing your canvas to be filled with the colors of others. Being irresistible in the eyes of others does not mean changing or shaping yourself to fit their mold, but rather showcasing your unique colors and inviting others to partake in your journey. It's about being valuable and letting others invest in you. This is not to say that your worth is determined by others, but rather that mutual investment in relationships enhances your personal value. This concept is rooted in the idea of reciprocity. You give of your time, energy, and love, and in return, you receive the same from others. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-worth and mutual investment, provides great insights here. It teaches us that our worth is not determined by external circumstances or by other people's opinions of us, but by our own moral and intellectual virtues. Stoicism invites us to focus on what is within our control, and one of those things is how we perceive and value ourselves. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote underscores the importance of valuing ourselves and allowing others to invest in us. Sailing along on this voyage of life, it's crucial to remember that you are the captain of your own ship. You have the power to steer it in the direction you choose. This is about living your own life, about personal independence and fulfillment. It's about defining your own values and living in alignment with them. It's about pursuing your passions, nurturing your relationships, and developing yourself, independent of external influences or societal expectations. The philosophy of Stoicism offers profound insights into this aspect of personal independence and fulfillment. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control and to let go of what isn't. It emphasizes the importance of self-contentment and living in accordance with our nature and values. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This quote embodies the idea of personal independence, self-contentment, and living your own life. Roaming through the landscape of existence, it's important to remember that you are the gardener of your own soul. You have the power to cultivate it, to nurture it, to make it bloom. This is about prioritizing your own needs. It's about nurturing yourself, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It's about taking care of your own needs so that you can be in the best form to take care of others. Stoicism, with its focus on personal actions and responses, provides invaluable guidance in this area. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. It encourages us to focus on our own actions and choices and to take responsibility for them. Seneca, a noted Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This quote underscores the importance of focusing on our own actions and needs, and choosing how to respond to situations. In this grand march of time, where every second is a step towards the future, it's essential to remember that you are the chronicler of your own tale. You have the power to write your own narrative, to create your own legacy. This is about valuing your time and presence. It's about understanding that your time is valuable, and so is your presence. It's about making conscious choices about how you spend your time and who you spend it with. The philosophy of Stoicism emphasizes the importance of mindful time management. Stoicism teaches us to live in the present, to focus on what is within our control, and to let go of what isn't. It encourages us to value our time and to use it wisely. Marcus Aurelius, a leading Stoic philosopher, once said, "Do not let the future disturb you, for you will arrive there, if you arrive, with the same reason you apply to the present." This quote encapsulates the idea of valuing your time and your presence and focusing on the present moment. In this intricate dance of life, communication plays a crucial role. Establishing a balance in initiating communication is a key aspect in the journey towards self-empowerment. It's about understanding that a relationship is a two-way street where both parties need to contribute equally. Clear, open, and balanced communication paves the way for healthy and fulfilling relationships where both individuals feel valued. The wisdom of Stoicism offers us valuable insights in this regard. It teaches us about adaptability and the value of equal contribution in relationships. Stoic philosophers emphasize the importance of living in accordance with nature and accepting the things we cannot change. They encouraged us to adapt to different situations and to strive for balance in all aspects of life. This philosophy can be applied to communication in relationships, underlining the importance of balanced communication, where both parties are equally invested and involved. As we navigate through the turbulent waters of emotions, it's vital to maintain emotional balance. It's about not rushing into deep emotional attachments, but allowing them to develop naturally over time. It's about understanding that love and other emotions are not just feelings, but choices that we make. Emotional balance allows us to make these choices consciously, rather than being driven by fleeting feelings or external influences. Stoic philosophy offers us valuable guidance in this aspect. It encourages emotional restraint and rational thinking, allowing us to navigate our emotions effectively. One of the key teachings of Stoicism is that our emotions are influenced not by events, but by our perceptions and reactions to these events. This understanding can help us maintain emotional balance and make rational choices in our relationships. In our journey towards self-empowerment and understanding our own value, there may come a point where we need to make a difficult decision. It might be the decision to walk away from a situation or a relationship that does not value or respect us. Realize that you have the power to make this choice and that it is an act of self-love and self-respect. It's about understanding that you deserve to be treated with kindness, respect, and love. The wisdom of Stoicism supports us in making this courageous decision. Stoic philosophy emphasizes self-respect, freedom of choice, and personal responsibility. It teaches us that we have the power to control our responses to situations and that we can choose to walk away from situations or relationships that are not beneficial for us. As we draw to the close of this conversation, remember to affirm your self-worth continually. You are valuable, unique, and deserving of love and respect. Your worth is not defined by others, but by you. You're the artist of your life, and you have the power to create a masterpiece that reflects your values, your passions, and your uniqueness. I hope this conversation has provided you with valuable insights and tools to help you become a priority in others' lives without changing your core identity. Remember, self-empowerment is a journey, not a destination. Continue to explore and learn, and always strive to be the best version of yourself. If you found this content helpful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more insightful content on self-empowerment and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are your greatest masterpiece.